Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Thank you for being here with me on this Saturday evening. It won't be a very long stream. I'm sure you've all got better things to do than listen to me on a Saturday evening. But I just wanted to give this summing up of the Nicola case and to tell you, the general feeling is, isn't it, that I just want to say hello to Cleona and Jackie. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Rachel. There's quite a few more people here, but they're not coming up on the chat. Some people don't want to chat, they just want to watch. That's fair enough. I'm a bit like that sometimes on YouTube channels. I just like to watch what's going on, read the chat. Not everybody wants to take part in the chat, but those of you who do take part, thank you so much, because that's when I know that people are actually there listening to me. Hi, Lara. So I just wanted to do this. It's not the last video that I'm going to do about Nicola Bulley. This is a summing up. And I want to, I've taken it all into account this week about the result of the inquest. Some people think it should be left there, but I've got to say the vast majority of people that follow me, they don't want it to be left there. Hi, Lara. Hi, David. Hi, Foundry. Sadie. Oh, Jack's from Foundry 55. Hi, Desi. Hi, Nick. Oh, gosh, suddenly everyone's popping up. I think there's a lag on these live streams because sometimes... Hi, Chumba. Hi, Sadie, did I say hello to you? Sometimes you get a bit of a lag and you think, oh, gosh, nobody's here. And then suddenly everybody pops up. Hi, Maltese. Hi, Jean. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Jackie. Hi. Oh, that's Rachel again. I have said hello. Yeah, you're all there. You're all there. There's quite a lot of you there. You're all getting there. But, it's funny. Sometimes you sort of come on and you think, oh, my God, nobody wants to listen to me. But it doesn't matter anyway, because sometimes the people are doing things and they can always catch up anyway. Hi, Susie. Hi, Persephone. I do like that name, Persephone. Hi, the other Jackie. Oh, yeah. Hi, you don't have to watch it as it's actually live. You can catch up on it at any time. That's the beauty of YouTube, isn't it? That's why we like it, because we're not constrained to watch things, in the moment. We can just watch them whenever we like. That's why everything's changing on the TV, isn't it? And all that we can do that, because they're realizing people's habits are changing, aren't they? What it used to be Saturday night, there'd be these, there probably still are big programs on a Saturday night. I never watch them. And now you're all talking to each other. Hi, Phaedra. Hi, Deborah. And that's what happens. And then it starts to go quite quick. And I hope I'll probably miss people. And so I'm sorry if I do miss saying hello to you. I try and say hello to everybody, but what happens, it starts off slowly, then it gets all like really quick, and then I can't keep up with it, and also keep my train of thought. Yeah, TV is only good at Christmas time. It's certainly never any good in the summer, is it? Because they probably know that people aren't really watching it, though I do believe it's quite cold in the UK anyway, isn't it, at the moment? And of course, when it's cold, that's when you watch more TV. When it's not cold, you don't watch the TV so much. So anyway, so I've totally lost the thread of what I was saying. Oh, that's right. So it's not that I'm not going to do videos on Nicola anymore, ever. But I've been weighing it all up this week, as we all have. And I've done a few things that I'm happy with. Now I'm going to put this because I need to show. This is the petition. Some people, it's not my petition. It's a petition that somebody has set up for a sort of review into the Nicola Bulley case. I've signed it. I would sign it if I were you, if there are things that you're not happy with. Because what will happen, at least it will get talked about. Now, we know that Nicola's family apparently are happy with the inquest verdict, and that's fine, and they can move on then with their thing. But it's, and I know it's about their daughter, and but it's also about so many other things. There's too many anomalies for me to feel happy about it. And I don't live in that area, but my family live not far from that area. Also, it's all the emails that I keep getting. And again, today, another batch. And don't get me wrong, it's not hundreds or millions, but it's at least 10 a day emails that I'm getting from people. Some of people who actually live in that area and are not happy that some of the threads were not followed up. There was something someone brought up today. Why was Anne-Marie Fletcher not at the inquest as a witness as well? Because she supposedly is the person that spoke to Paul on the phone and took the dog. You know, it's just so, it feels like the inquest was like half-hearted, not done properly. So I've been thinking about, the thing is, when I've got something in my head, I have to do it for me. I'm not doing it for even for my subscribers, although they're a part of it. It's more for me, but that's something I had to say to the coroner. So I sent the coroner an email, and I'm going to read it out to you. You probably look at it and you think, oh, here's another nut job off YouTube. I don't care what he thinks. I wanted it to be recorded that that's how I felt, and not only I felt, but the vast majority of my subscribers here on YouTube. That's how we all felt. The thing is, things don't change unless you do something about it. If you don't do anything, if you don't say anything, if all you do is go on Facebook and whinge about the inquest, or go on YouTube and whinge about it, but you don't actually even send any communication to the people that count, like the police. Actually, I need to send an email probably to the idiot Snowden as well. I don't think Dr. Adler is an idiot. I think he's a very professional person that was swayed by the family for understandable reasons. But I still wanted him to know that I'm not happy as a citizen, and whether I live there or not, my family live there. The people that follow me here on YouTube, they live there. They're concerned. So basically, they've been told there's some man in black wandering around. There were 2 screams heard, and they've been totally ignored. And then there's people, you know, there's the bruises on Nicola that haven't been properly addressed. There's too many things that haven't been properly addressed for people to just say, oh, move on now because that's the result of the inquest. No. So I am moving on. I've accepted the result of the inquest. That's what we have to do. That's the result. But that doesn't mean to say that I can't still have questions, because the last time I looked, Britain was still a country where you had a freedom of speech. You know, I don't disrespect the family. I am just saying how I feel. And I've got to say, if that was my friend or my daughter, I'd want to know who the man in black was. I'd want to know what the screams were. And it might make things easier in the initial stages to, you know, because they want closure, they want to move on. I do understand that, I really do. But at the end of the day, if there's any unanswered questions, there's too many unanswered questions for me. You know, if there isn't for them, well, that's fine. That's what they're doing. I'm not going to disrespect them. You might have noticed that on the thumbnail for this video, I didn't put any photo of Nicola. There won't be any more photos. Not on my main channel. Definitely not. So I'm trying to be respectful, but at the same time, be respectful to the people that have shown concerns to me, and the concerns that I have for my own family who don't live far from there. And, you know, I've got a big family. There's a lot of women in that family, girls, young girls, older women. You know, who is, I mean, they probably don't go walking along that river, but I've had emails from people who go walking on that river. The other thing is, I had quite 3 or 4 emails today from people giving alternative possibilities as to what happened. And, I'm reading those possibilities and I'm thinking, they're no different from the coroner's conclusion. Some of it, they have no evidence, but what was the evidence in his conclusion? So who's to say that these people that are saying maybe this happened or maybe that happened do get ridiculed by the mainstream media, or the lawyer for the family saying, no, let's not have any more speculation. But they're only speculating the same as the coroner speculated. That so who are they to say who can speculate and who can't? So these are the sort of things that annoy me. Anyway, let me go into the chat. You all okay? Hi, Bad Fairy. Yeah, there's too many. Do you ever know an inquest where the person who actually found the body wasn't invited to come along? Peter Falding wasn't invited. Anne-Marie Fletcher wasn't invited to come along and give evidence. Just the people that were brought in to give evidence. Well, then in the middle of it, they showed this, there's this bomb about the man in black and the screams that we didn't even know about. So it's all those things. We could tell you, what should we do? Shut up. So if you know when something's wrong, do you just shut up because the police tell you to shut up, or the official line tells you to shut up? What would we do in the world? What would we have done if there wasn't people who didn't just shut up when they knew that something was wrong? So yeah, no, I won't be shut up. I'm not going to go on about it. I'm not going to bang on about it. But and I'm not going to speak after this unless there's actually some new things that come up. There are some videos that I've been planning, but I just haven't had a chance to do, and I will do them, and they'll go on my members section. But anything new, they're not new. It's like things like from the inquest, or there's, I've got a real problem with Nicola's friends. They just don't, to me, I just think, oh my God, if I was Nicola's friend, I would want to know who the man in black was. I wouldn't be saying to people, oh, shut up and don't ask, so aggressive and so, oh, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about and blah, blah, blah. I'd be saying, who's the fucking man in black? I want to know who the man in black is. I want to know what the screams were. I want to know what happened to my friend. So I will be looking at that at some point. Have I missed anybody? Who else? Hi, Lisa Ann. I think I've said hello to everyone. Anyway, I'm sure you don't care if I say hello. Well, you probably quite like it if I say hello, but I can see that you're all saying hello to each other. So that's the most important thing. Please, for me, don't forget to press the like. As you know, that's the most important way you can support my channel, is by pressing the like. So the point of this is, because people have been saying to me, oh, what can we do? I think it's the vastness. It's not only on my channel. My channel's only a small channel, but it's the vastness, all the Facebook groups, all the other channels, all the people that are saying, it's not just like 100 people. It's not even just 1,000 people. It's thousands of people. And then you multiply that across the world, because, it's not only in the UK. People come on here and make comments about it. Hi, Bad Fairy. And make comments from all over the world. So, everybody's. Hi, Jennifer. I don't think I've said hello to you. If I lived in that area, and that's what some of the people that have sent me emails have said, they now don't want to go and walk along that river because they don't know who the man in black is. The screams haven't been traced. The man in black hasn't been traced. Why even mention it and then not follow it up? It is honestly, the petition isn't available. Let me see if I go back on it. Now, of course, I've gone on it in Spain. And it may be because the Earl the URL is because, oh, you've just signed it, Jackie. Well, there you go. It is available. So Espana, can you, Espana 89, can you, I don't allow comments on any other channel. So could you please remove your comment? I don't endorse other channels and I don't criticize other channels. I just don't mention them. Here's the link. Let me leave the link again. So Espana 89, do you want to remove your comment, please? Otherwise, I have to put you in timeout. Sorry. Okay. I'm not doing it, so. Okay. This is the, and Founder has just signed it. So yeah, it is available. It is available. Sorry, I can't. Is it Proving Audacity? A couple of the people in the chat have just signed it. You don't have to. If you copy and paste, best if you copy and paste. Now it's actually up on the screen, but I've put it again now in the chat. A little reminder, please don't mention other channels. There's too much drama going on at the moment. I just don't even watch any other channels. I don't comment. I don't criticize. I don't endorse. I just, unless there are some, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. There are some people that actually do come into my chat, and if I'm happy with them, they know who they are. I'm happy with them. But there is there's a lot of channels that I'm not happy with. There are a lot of channels I am happy with. But what I don't want then is for people to say, oh, why are you talking about that chat but not about that chat, or you mustn't like that chat, or you don't. I'm just staying out of it completely. Oh my God, it's making me ill, and I don't even have anything to do with it now. But that's why I've unsubscribed to all other channels. I don't watch any other channels anymore because it's just like too much, I'm afraid. Anyway, so a few of you have signed the petition. Great. As I say, it's not my petition. It's set up by someone else. The only thing I would say to you, don't donate money to these petitions. Not because of the person who set it up. They don't get any money from it. But the Change.org or whatever, I think they... You know, at the end, well, if you feel like donating some money, do, but I don't know where that money goes. So I don't want to endorse people spending money on these petitions, etc., because I don't really know where that money goes. I don't really know much about Change.org. It could be owned by Boris Johnson for all I know. It's on the, well, you should be able to see it on the screen, Jennifer. But I will put it again. This is it. I put it in the chat. You should be able to see it as a comment of mine. Can you see it? Oh, well, do you know what? I just don't know where the money goes. That's all I would say. You know, I'm not saying it goes anywhere nefarious or anything, but you know, Change.org, they set up these, you know, we could set up a petition. I could set up a petition. I didn't set up that petition. I think it was them, Jean, but please take the name away because I don't mention other channels. But the money doesn't go to them. So I'm not saying they're trying to get money because it doesn't go to them. They're the person who set it up. What I'm saying to you is, hi, Angela B. Oh, thank you for joining. Thank you. So I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying I don't know who Change.org is. They're the ones who get the money. I looked into it before I put the link up, and it is Change.org. that get the money, and I don't know who owns change.org. But anyway, so there's a petition going. Anyone who just signed the petition, did you see how many signatures it had? How many signatures is it up to? Did you notice? That's a different link. No, it's just the same link that I've been sharing. I'm just copying and pasting it from my browser. But yeah, it's up to you. If you want to donate. You know, at the end of the day, do what you like with your own money. But I would not donate to it, but I've signed it. So there's 3,207, Charlie. Oh, well, there was 3,206 when Jackie was on there. And how many? I think they need a certain amount. I think they need 10,000 before it goes to, because if they get, is it 10,000, then it has to be discussed in Parliament. So anyway, if you signed it, that's great. So that's the first thing I wanted to tell you about. Then I wanted to tell you about, well, I have emailed the coroner, and I'm going to read that email out to you. And I would say to you, if you're not happy with the result of the inquest, you should email the coroner as well. You know, people should, if people aren't happy, they have to make their opinions known. It's a democracy. That's what democracy is. Inquests were set up years ago so that deaths weren't mysterious. They used to be held in the pub, you know, in the local pub, and anyone could go. Oh, thank you, Jackie, for the super sticker. You know, honestly, I know times are hard. It's difficult. Everything's difficult, but thank you so much. What about Jennifer? Maybe the chat's moving too quick, because here it is. So I'll put it again. Can you see it on my message there? And it is on the actual screen. It should be showing on the screen. But anyway, can't see that there. Under where Jackie's just sent a super sticker. It's not on my community page. It's right here on the chat. It should be. Jennifer, I'm going to do it again. It should be right under your comment, Jennifer. Yeah, where you say Desi, I can't find it either. There's one above you and one below you. Links. You should just have to copy and paste that into your browser and it should take you. But do you know what? If you just search for petition Nicola. Oh, sorry, that's my join. Ah, right. Oh, no. Yeah. Am I sending the wrong thing? Ah, right. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, I don't think so. That's channel join. Why is it coming up as... Right. Let me show you what I'm trying to... This is what I'm trying to send you to. Trouble is, it comes up in Spanish on my thing, but I think you can read it. There's enough English on it that you can understand it. So it's change.org, Justice for Nicola, what happened, a new investigation to establish the truth. Can you see that? Yeah. So if you go into change, if you just put in your browser change.org, Justice for Nicola, I'm sure it will come up. But do you see, I mean, this is the page that I'm on, why it's coming up as, why it's coming up at the top. So when I copy and paste it into the thing, it goes onto my channel. But I don't know why that is. So it should be, let me just refresh it. Here it is, here it is. I think it's because I didn't refresh it. God. One day I'll understand all this. Hi, Julie. Right, here we go. Let's try again. That should be the link now that I'm showing. Is that better? Yeah. Links are blocked in your YouTube chat. Well, you've signed and you're waiting for your email. So some people have signed, so I don't know why it seems to have worked for some people and not for others. That's what I don't really understand. But anyway, there's they're up on the screen now. I wouldn't donate, Linwen. Well, it's up to you. But anyway, you sign it. Signing it's the most important thing. Personally, I wouldn't donate because I don't know where the money goes. That's the only thing. Okay, it's working now. Great. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to tell you about. So if you want to make, if you're not happy with the result and you want to make a difference, Nirvana Rainbow set up this petition. And at the end of the day, if people want to make their voice heard, it's important that your voice is heard. Whatever, you know, as I say, we live in a democracy. We don't just sit and take everything that anyone throws at us and just go, oh, okay. You know, we shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't take what I'm saying just like that. You make your own mind up. You go on, you look at different websites, different channels, different news things or whatever. You decide what you think. And if what you think is you're not really happy with it's nothing to do even with the result of the inquest, really, because it could well have been accidental death. My point is there's no evidence for that. So because there's no evidence, it should be an open verdict in my eyes. I don't understand how you differentiate between one case, like what we looked at the other day, the Michael Brooks case, which was similar, where, you know, the coroner in that case could not establish how he went into the water. So he declared it an open verdict. Whereas in Nicola's case, because the pressure was put on from the family by the lawyer, the coroner virtually just called the result that the family asked for. But there was no, he even said himself, he could not establish how she went into the water. So that to me is just, how can you say it was accidental death? And then taking into account all the evidence, we saw the police, absolute rubbish video by PC Plod. That didn't prove that it was accidental death. If anything, that made it even clearer that how could she have fallen into that? And why was she not found? You know, none of that was taken into account. None of that was discussed at the inquest. Why was she not found all that time? Where did the bruises come from? They were mentioned, but they weren't gone into. It's really quite strange, I think. Because I think if you're not going to explain them, why even mention them in the first place? All right, 3209 now. Apparently, Charlie says it's 3,209. So, right. No, he hasn't replied to me because I've only just sent the email. So that's what I'm going to do now is... but Julie, it couldn't have been over a month ago you signed it because this petition has only just gone up since the inquest. You know, this petition is a result of the inquest. So if you signed something over a month ago, that must have been a different petition. So I think it's 10,000, Desi, that they need to take it to Parliament. It will say it on the site. I'll have a look at it in a minute. We'll have a look at it and then oh, there it is. It's right there, isn't it? Maybe I can. Let's see if it'll tell me. Because obviously I signed it a little while ago. So yeah, it's saying 3,208 people. It's in Spanish because I'm in Spain. 3,208 people have signed this petition. Doesn't say how many people. There's quite a lot of comments on it as well, and that might be interesting if you get time to read through. I'm not going to read through them now because I've got other things. But it doesn't say. Oh, let's see if we can see if is it going to tell us. Oh no, so it says the 5,000. It says is the objective. So it just says why it's important to sign this petition. Nicola Bulley, a 45-year-old mum of 2 from Inskip, Lancashire, disappeared. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it goes through the case. There is much concern and confusion about the circumstances surrounding the disappearance and death of Nicola Bulley. The police investigation was flawed from day one. I think this is the thing. People are angry with the police. You know, and the people that have sent me emails saying that they live in that area and they normally walk their dogs there, women that now are terrified to walk their dog because they feel like it's just been, you know, they don't trust the police, they don't trust the investigation. There's frustration with the way the investigation was and is being conducted. There are many discrepancies. So this petition is calling for a new, full and thorough investigation, a new team. I think, you know, of course, there's this Andrew Snowden, of course, he has, you know, instigated a review of everything, which is coming out in September. That'd just be a total whitewash. The reason he's made it for September is he's outgoing now. He won't be the next police commissioner. You know, there's an election coming up over the next year or year and a half. He's not going to get voted in again. So he's just trying to see it out, see his commissioner role, see it out. He doesn't give a shit about Nicola Bulley, to be honest. He showed no respect whatsoever. And they can criticise social media people all they like, but they've been more interested in finding out what actually happened to her. He hasn't cared about her at all or shown any interest whatsoever. So what this petition is saying, there must also be a change in policies and procedures for how an investigation into a missing person is conducted and managed. Lessons must be learned and mistakes acknowledged. Nicola's case has touched the hearts of people all over the world. We should act now to ensure change and ensure nothing like this can ever happen again. That's the point. It's not only about Nicola, it's about future cases. You know, it's about your daughter, my niece, my mother, my sister. Well, not my, you know, my mum unfortunately is not with us anymore. But do you see what I'm saying? Nicola could be anybody's relative. And what's happened to her, we don't know what's happened to her. We don't have the proof that it was foul play. That is admitted, but there is no proof that it was accidental death either. So this is the point of it all, isn't it? And we don't want it to happen again. And for people who live in that area, they definitely don't want it to happen again. So have we all got the... No, he's very young, Jennifer. And you think that'd be good, but it's not really. But he's just a career. Andrew Snowden is a career politician. He doesn't give a shit about anything except his own career. There'll come a day he may well end up being the leader of he's a conservative, he's a politician. He's a politician. He's not a policeman. You know, he's not got no experience in being a policeman or having anything to do with... he's a politician who got voted in because the Conservatives in that area won the seat in the last, you know, he's that's how he's there. He's not there for any other reason. He's a Conservative politician. He could well end up being the Prime Minister one day. But he's young. Yeah, he's young. He's got a long career in front of him. Oh, Huda, you've got to stop doing that, sending super chat. Why does it not come up? Did it come up and I didn't see it? Ah, there you go. Let's show it. Thank you so much, Huda. Oh, okay, there's a few of you coming now. Yeah, so it's going up. Yeah, independent body. I think you're right, Huda. I think an independent body is necessary. Oh, then when you donate. So did you donate then? Oh, sorry. petition was started in March. This petition was started in March. All right, so maybe he did start it a long time ago. Well, I would have thought it would have had more. I thought it'd been started after the inquest result. Maybe we need a new. Well, anyway, it won't matter because if it gets 5,000, it will be. Will have to be discussed in Parliament. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, the point of what I'm trying to say today is, if you want things to be different, you have to speak out. So something that one of the people, don't forget to sign the petition, Huda, as well. Share the link everywhere. So I'm going to put that, let me see. I'll put the link back up again. Look, anything we can do to it's just about raising awareness, isn't it? That's the thing. I'm going to show that now. So it's back up on there on the screen. Now, so the other thing that somebody sent me an email about, one of my, I don't like to mention names unless they say to me it's okay, is they've written to their MP. Now, I can't do that because I don't live in the UK. But it doesn't matter where you live in the UK. It doesn't matter. You don't have to live in Lancashire. You can live anywhere. You need to write to your MP and say you're not happy. Because if enough people write to their MPs, the only thing that MPs, well, I shouldn't say that, because some MPs, there's a lot of MPs that are very, conscientious about their constituents. There are, and they're not all, a lot of them work really hard. And I don't want to mention any names of because I don't want to come down on one side of the fence more than another. But I know there's a lot of MPs that work really hard and do care about their constituents. And the thing is, you need to write to your MP wherever you live. If you're not happy, if you're happy with the result of the inquest and you think, oh, it's time to move on, well, fine. But if you're not, you need to write to your MP, whoever it is. I can see, thank you, Foundry55, for joining. There'll be, you'll see there's quite a few things that are on there already, but there'll be quite a lot coming up, because I'm going to, I am trying to step back a bit from Nicola. This will be the last full-blown thing. I just wanted to say to people what they need to do. No point writing a post on Facebook. It's no point even, in a way. I mean, it's good for us all to talk about it, but it doesn't make any difference to the people that can make a difference. So to make a difference to the people that can make a difference, you've got to write to them, your MPs. There'll be an election coming up within the next sort of 15, 16 months or so. So this is the right time to try and attract your MPs' attention. I think it's, at the end of the day, MPs are voted in to look after you. They get paid £80,000 a year or something like that to look after you, and expenses. So it's not only what they get paid, then they get their expenses on top of that. So that's what they're getting paid for. It's a difficult job to be an MP, but it's a well-paid job. It's got a lot of perks, but then they have to represent their constituents. I don't think send a letter. I will be probably, I've sent a few to him, I've sent 2 emails to him. I had one reply, wasn't from him actually, it was from his clerk, and then I sent another one. I didn't get any reply to that, but that was before the inquest. I mean, really, I'm gearing up now to send him another one. But yeah, please always remember that that's what your MPs are there for. Not even to do with this. If you don't feel like you want to write a letter to your MP about this, that's fine. But there might be something else. It might be a thing that just applies in your constituency. You know, it might be something you're not happy about. It might be the roads. It could be anything. But at the end of the day, if it happens in your MP is, if it's an important thing and enough people write to them, they will. That is their job. They have to bring it up in Parliament, and they have their surgeries, don't they? You know, like I don't know if. Well, forget it if you're from Uxbridge, because Boris Johnson hasn't been to his surgery for God knows how long, and he's going out, isn't he, for the next election. He won't be there, but I bet they've never seen him for months. But if some MPs do take the job seriously, and they hold these what they call surgeries, don't they, where you can go and ask questions. You might have a problem with caring for a relative, or you might have a problem with childcare, or whatever it is, you should be able to talk to your MP about it. So yeah, who do they are? They've always done their own investigation. That's the thing. Higher on board. So the point is, we want someone to do an independent investigation, really, into the Lancashire. The Lancashire police are just policing themselves at the moment. They're never going to admit, even Mark Thomas Williams or whatever, who he's not my favourite person, but he said he's not been he has dealt with lots of different police forces, and he's not impressed with. Why are the Lancashire police so defensive? You know, why don't they just hold their hands up and say, look, we made some mistakes here? Even at least the Met Police are hot, they're on special measures, aren't they? And they're investigating into their own, at least they have held their hands up and said, oh yeah, we can see that some things need attention. The Lancashire police, it's like, oh no, there's nothing wrong here, nothing to see here. We've done everything perfectly correctly. Yeah, we never actually cordoned off the scene. But anyway, it wouldn't have made any difference. Those sort of things that are really annoying. Anyway, so I've lost the track. That's a trouble with me. See, the age group, I don't know anyone who's sort of over 50 or whatever. Do you remember? We were really political when I was young. I don't have confidence with all their MPs, all our MPs, the Colour at You channel, but I do think some of them are. Hi, Mia. I do think some of them are okay. I do. I don't think they're all rubbish. Just some of them, a lot of them are. But anyway, I won't get into that because we get into politics then, and everyone's got their own view on politics. But no, I think some MPs are very hardworking. I do. Right, so that was what I wanted to say about the petition. Write your MP. If you don't know who your MP is, if you want help in the letter, don't write. I'm going to put up my email. Email me, and I will give you, if you want, I can draft the letter for you. I mean, you can. I don't want to tell you what to say, but if I drafted it and then you decide, you can tweak it and decide what you want to say. Or if you're just not sure who your MP is or where you should send it to. Oh, look, the dog's coming up to say hello. Let me just get rid of that because you can't see him. Dog's in. Oh, there you go, there's Riley. So sweet, aren't you? Get down. Get down. So, my email address is Vicky Marie chats at email.com. Now you have to put the @ sign in there because my keyboard unfortunately doesn't do it. So unless I copy and paste it, I can't do it. So yeah, write your MP. If you need help doing that, get in touch with me. I'll help you with by all means. What frame the letter for you or whatever, but I don't want to tell you what to say. You have to tell me what you want to say, and then I put, some people aren't very good at writing letters, they don't feel comfortable with it. I'm one of them, Mrs. Angry from such and such. I quite often write emails and things like that because when I've got something on my mind that I think is an injustice, or not only to do with crime and things like that, but lots of different things. I get annoyed when public, at the end of the day, MPs, police, they are public servants, you know, and I always stick up for them, and I think they've got a difficult job. But when they just, you know, totally disregard and refer, you know, really they're practically saying that people are stupid because they kept speculating. They've done nothing but speculate right from the beginning in this case. And because we're not speculating the same way that they, if we were speculating it the same as them, they wouldn't care. But because we're speculating and thinking, well, hang on, you know, what if it isn't that? What if it's this? Suddenly we're stupid and speculating. It makes me angry. Is that Ruth? So it's Ruth saying you live half an hour away and it's made you really jumpy if you're out on your own with your two dogs. Yeah, but you go, yeah, you get scared. You get scared, don't you? You know, I tell you, if that had happened here, and they'd mention, you know, oh, I would never take my dogs out again, sort of into the campo. You know, I walk a lot in the campo, they call it, the countryside. It's no river, but yes. Well, Madeleine McCann, I've made a lot of videos on her Lourdes because I was there last year last month on location in Portugal at the Ocean Beach Club. And Jill Dando, I'd quite like to make a video on Jill Dando, but the trouble is with Jill Dando, you just feel like you're not ever going to get anywhere. You just, you know, it's like, how can you ever get anywhere with Jill Dando? But, you know, she shouldn't be forgotten. I mean, at the end of the day, even if you don't actually, you know, you've got a virtually zero chance of actually solving the case, but just to keep the name out there is important, isn't it? And what happened. Well, you're not, Lara, you're not allowed. See, this is something else that you have to be careful of now, because you're not allowed to protest now. So over these last couple of years, the laws that have been brought in by this Conservative government that you've got now, they're practically outlawing peaceful protest. You know, you've only got, somebody only took a piece of paper out at, was it at Charles's coronation or at the funeral or whatever, or something, literally just took a blank piece of paper out and held it up and was arrested. You know, so we've not got much wriggle room with protest at the moment. Yeah, see, and I love walking dog. The only dog that I feel a bit more comfortable with, because my son has got a German Shepherd. If you walk with her, you do feel quite protected. But you know, you never know. You never know, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Hi, Steve. Thanks for watching. I can't even string a sentence together. Oh well. Bye. You know, you should be able to go out and walk. You shouldn't be feeling that you can't go out and walk your dog and be safe. Just shouldn't be, you know. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to read out now the email that I've sent to Mr. Aidley, which I did have a lot of faith. I did have a lot of faith in him, but unfortunately, I don't really feel like that now. But let me just read it out. Gosh, just going back here on the emails now, I've got quite a lot of more emails. But anyway, I'm going to read out this email that I've sent to Mr. Aidley. In fact, I think I can show it to you. Let me see. Right, is that coming up? It should be coming up now. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you can read it. You can see it on the screen, but whether you can read it or not, I'm not sure. But I'm going to read it out to you. And I just had to put this together because it's a combination of what people had been sort of emailing me and what we've been discussing, and also the comment. I've had thousands of comments, and I try to read all of them. Sometimes I do get a bit lost and I can't get through them all, but most of them, and probably 95% of them, you do get the odd one who's saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that or whatever, but the vast majority, probably 95% of the people who comment, send emails or whatever, are concerned. So this is the email that I've sent. For right or wrong, he might laugh at it, he might tear it, well, he won't tear it up because it's virtual, but he might absolutely disregard it. But I had to send it for me because I had to say what I thought. And once I've said this, that's it. Anyway, dear Mr. Aidley, I'm writing this email as I have to make clear my and many others' surprise on the verdict in this sad case. As you know, this case has gripped the nation, if not the world. Although it is clear and understandable that Nicky's family wanted the conclusion to be accidental death, I've received numerous emails and messages from men and women alike, thousands in fact, that are surprised by it. Many of them live in the area and are concerned about worrying testimony that seems to have been completely overlooked or disregarded in the conclusion. I personally don't live there, but most of my family is not too far away. The man in black has never been identified, and the screens were disregarded by the family solicitor. Some of the people who have written emails to me walk their dogs in that very area and all say it is impossible to simply fall. You would have to be standing right on the edge. They are concerned, however, for their own safety, as the man in black was never identified nor the source of the screens found. No splash was heard. No one saw Nicola's body floating, but neither was she at the bottom of the river. I have a modest YouTube channel and I've consistently said that we should trust the process, but I too now am at a loss as to how a verdict of accidental death has been recorded, even though you yourself said in your summing up that you could not establish how Nicola ended up in the river. The conclusion recorded on the inquest, conclusion, or put conclusion twice there, is not even a narrative verdict, simply saying Nicola Bulley died an accidental death. That's all it says. It's not even a narrative verdict. This was not established. All the things surrounding the entry into the river discussed at the inquest were pure speculation. The words if, would, could were peppered through the testimonies. We have all now seen PC Thackeray's webcam as he went back to the river. If anything, it ridicules the idea of accidental death rather than supports it. No attention was given to the fact that despite the extensive searches made by the various teams and also that of the expert Peter Folding, Nicola was not found for 23 days. The man who actually found the body was not called to give evidence. We agree that there is no evidence of foul play, but also no evidence that it was an accident. An open verdict surely should have been recorded. I appreciate the wishes of the family for closure, but I have to register the surprise I and thousands of others feel. For so long, we have been told not to speculate, and now we've been presented with a verdict which is just that, speculation. There is a general feeling that the narrative was established on the first day, and everything since then has just been provided to support it, never to establish what really happened. Public confidence in the police and the coroner, already low, has now been severely, I've spelt severely wrong. You probably look at it and go, she can't even spell severely. Anyway, I've sent it now. Has been severely damaged again. Women especially do not feel safe, and men have expressed concern to me. So I've had emails from people who've got daughters there, who go to visit, and you know, so it's not even the woman, it's the father expressing concern regarding the safety of their daughters, sisters, mothers, or any other female member of their family. We have to accept the verdict, and we will, but we wanted our concerns to be recorded. Thank you for your time in reading this email, and I hope you appreciate the genuine feeling of concern of many that has prompted me to send it. Many regards, Vicky. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting any miracle from it or anything. I just wanted to say it. I just had to say what I thought, and I've said it now. Maybe I'll get a sarcastic, maybe I'll get nothing back, maybe I'll get a sarcastic reply, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I've said what I think, and it's recorded, it's registered, I've got the email, and you know, I just feel better that I've said it. I just feel better that I've said it. So that's the sort of person I am. But yeah, nothing has been proven. Exactly, Anthony. That's the problem. Who'd have stopped sending me super chats, please? I missed it because I was reading the letter out. What's... See, but that, I don't think there is a fence, Huda. So, yeah, I don't think Sky News before. Yeah, I don't think there is any fence around that. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. The fence is not necessary because, from what people have said to me who live there, it's impossible. Unless you actually went right to the edge. You could even see it in that police video. Unless you actually went right to the edge, how could you fall in? You know, and what people have said to me is, even if you fell like on the slope thing, you'd just fall, you know, if she fainted or, you know, you would just fall there. It is impossible to actually just fall because you'd have to be stood right on the edge. So anyway, there you go. Oh, what, in this chat? Rachel Mary, you're saying that Vicky Nia is here. Do you mean in my chat? I love that response. That response was so good. I can't see her anywhere. Oh, there you go. Ah, hang on. Nia, yes, is that? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I loved that response. It was so it just said everything that I wanted to say. I did, because when I read it, it was like, I wished I'd said that, you know. That's it, bring it to a wider audience, because there's so many. It's all right saying move on, isn't it? But at the end of the day, there's too many things that are not addressed. And Nicola's case, unfortunately for a family, because I suppose they don't want that, they just want to get on and get, but it's brought up so many other things, not only the issues that you brought up in your response, but also issues of the menopause, issues of depression. You know, it's brought up so many things that I think people were a little bit you're welcome, Nate. People were a little bit astounded, weren't they, in the inquest, because there were things that came up that we'd never heard about before. But then they would, and it was like, oh, the man in black, oh, the screams, oh, the bruises, and then it was just like dismissed as if it didn't matter. So anyway, oh yeah, you are a little bit late, so I'm nearly finished now. I feel my voice going. My voice starts to go. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you tonight. It may, I think, well, unless something comes up, it may well be the last live that I do about Nicola. But believe me, I'm still looking behind. So please, if you have any information, email me. Oh gosh, remember that my email is VickyMarieChats at Sorry, I hope I'm not missing chat, but anyway, but it's nice show because there's quite a lot of you in here, so don't forget the like if you do like it. If you don't like it, press the not like, that's fine too. But yes, no peace without truth. It sort of surprises me that everybody, not us, I mean, like, you know, as I say, if that was my friend, all this sort of anger towards YouTubers or towards people who went to the inquest, when people are really interested in what happened. So I don't think, why don't they sort of, you know, there's lots of cases like the Michael Brooks case where they're not getting any attention whatsoever, and I'm sure that Michael Brooks's mum would probably quite like some attention. You know, maybe I should do yeah. Hi Harry. Yeah, there's so many things. Well, no, he could be a policeman, DW Bull. It could be. That's the whole point. We haven't got a clue who he is or was. We just don't know anything. It was just like, oh yeah, the witness saw a man in black twice, and then that was it. You know, then we just had Rebecca saying there was definitely nobody strange in the area. Nobody was picked up on CCTV. So basically what she was saying is that witness talking a load of crap, basically. Or is she just thinking because there was no phones? You know, I think they do presume that people will have their phones with them. You know, they use the digital, you know, the telephony or whatever they call it. But what if they didn't have a phone with him? Yeah. Anyway. My problem with Mark William Thomas, as any of you who've watched my videos will know, is when he turned around and said that Oscar Pistorius was innocent. I just can't feel the same about him ever since then. You know, how could he even say that? So I do worry about him sometimes and his motives. Yeah, well, Mark's moved on, Huda. He said he's moved on. Everybody should move on and not talk about it anymore. But that's the problem. Well, he did reply to the last email that I sent him, but only to say that he wasn't saying anything until the inquest. Well, you can't say that now. At the end of the day, a coroner is a public servant too. That's what you have to remember. These people are public. If you don't hold them to account, they will just go off and do whatever. You know, because it's only when you ask anyone who's ever got anything done, they haven't just... If you look at the Stephen Lawrence case, or you look at any case where the family sometimes have had to pursue things, when the police have just said, oh no, there's nothing to see here, it's only because normally the family, in this case, the family don't want to know. Well, there you go. They don't want to know. That's their prerogative. That's their daughter. But, you know, there's still people, there are other women out there that are affected by this case. So, Mark Bacon, lettuce and tomato. Yeah. Okay then. So, thank you for being here with me. Don't forget to like. I'm just going to put that on the thing. That's the... Because I do forget to say that. I should say it more often. Exactly. We're free thinkers. We're free thinkers. We have questions. You just say, oh, yeah, there was a man in black and there were two screens, but don't speculate. But I can't establish how Nicola got in the river, but it was accidental death. Come on. How can it be like that? Yeah, people, but that's it. People are too concerned, which is fair enough. People are living their lives. They're so concerned with, especially at the moment with the cost of living crisis and everything. They're just concerned with putting food on the table, looking after their families, just trying to get by. Everybody's trying to get by. So sometimes we forget that these public servants like MPs, etc. That's what they're there for. They're not there for their own career. They're there for for us, that's the whole point of being an MP. You know, you're voted in. People vote for you. And I put, don't forget to like and comment. Anyway, never mind. Okay, so lovely chilled glass of wine. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to have a red wine tonight. So I won't have a chilled one, but I am going to have a little glass of wine. I always do with dinner. It's curry night tonight. Saturday is always curry night. That's the law. Saturday night is curry night. Well, exactly that. Being a hat man, he could, you know, we don't know exactly. Too many things we don't know who does. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you, David, for your email. I've replied to you. You may have seen it. Thank you, everybody. Oh, that's what I meant to put up. Don't forget. So listen, have a lovely Saturday evening. I'll be back tomorrow night, but not about Nicola. Tomorrow night, I'm doing my serial killer Sunday, as usual, which I've done for quite a long time, but not for the last couple of weeks. And I'm doing Russell Williams. If any of you know about Russell Williams, the colonel, the pilot, who actually was so trusted that he flew the Queen. He actually was chosen to fly the Queen in Canada, but turned out he had a secret life. So, and that's what we're going to find out. That's what we're going to find out about tomorrow night, Russell Williams. What was the other thing I was going to tell you? Oh, yes, I am going back on location at the end of July. So that's something to look out for. I will, because I went to Portugal. I'm going somewhere different this time. And hopefully you'll find it interesting. So, thank you so much. So take care, and remember to always live and love wisely. Look after you, because you are the most important person, because if you don't look after yourself, you can't look after anybody else. Thank you so much for being here, and until I see you again, may your gods go with you. Thank you.